We work with a lot of collaborators within the research programs, internationally, nationally, regionally, locally. But I think the most exciting aspect that's developing here recently is the increased number of grassroots organizations at the farm level that are coming together and organizing around the issue of sustainability. The LASA group, which is the Lafayette Ag Stewardship Alliance, is a perfect example of that. A group of local farmers focused around the county of Lafayette County, Wisconsin, that are working together to identify issues that they see on their farms that pose a challenge to the environment. And then working with us, collaborating with us to look at solutions. You know, how might we mitigate some of those challenges? So the LASA organization is one example, but there are several more of these organizations that are being organized around the state and around the region. So very, very exciting, and we look forward to working with all these groups.
Is it expensive to implement these practices, or?
It depends on the nature of the practices. You know, some of them can be quite intensive and expensive, but others, you know, hopefully we're aiming for a practice that not only decreases the negative environmental aspect, but also provides a positive economic aspect. And you know, much of the research we're looking at is focused on sustainable intensification, which means increasing, not decreasing productivity, increasing productivity, but maintaining the environmental sustainability, or actually improving it. So that's what we're really trying to find, is those types of solutions that are not going to decrease their economic viability, but increase it.
Yeah. Can you give an example of like maybe a lower cost solution that could have benefits versus a higher cost?
Sure. You know, a low cost solution might be looking just at, you know, mineral application crediting. You know, are we taking full credits of the nutrients that we're applying in manure? Are we taking full credits for legume credits within the rotation? So that comes back to nutrient management planning. And so that's you know, that should be a positive, where you should have a net positive outcome from that practice. You know, more expensive practices would involve if you're actually going out and physically altering the landscape. Like, for example, if you're installing terraces, which, you know, narrow base or broad base terraces, they're quite expensive because you're actually going out and changing the form of the landscape. So that's kind of on the other extreme, although we're not really seeing too much of those types of practices being installed. Number one is the cost. Number two is that they're static structures. And now when our implements change, they may not fit into that static, you know, structure that we have in the field.